Being a victim of a serial killer was terrifying. Yes, I am still a victim even though I survived. I was kidnapped, chained to a wall, and beaten for a day. I thank God that I survived, and I do know how lucky I am. Still, it irks me whenever someone doesn't include me in Smiling Jack's pool of victims. Just from my perspective, of course. I don't want Smiling Jack to be looking up from that burning pit I hope he's suffering in, and getting satisfaction that his score increased or anything like that. That was his sole motivation. Don't believe the news reports that he had mommy issues or suffering from PTSD. He was only killing to get the highest score. He told us himself. You see, I wasn't the only one chained up in his basement. There were 3 others beside me. Just ordinary citizens with no connection between us. He had picked us entirely at random. That was something else he had said. He did a lot of talking and smiling. That was the worst. Having to hear him describe what he was going to do to us with a huge smile stretched from ear to ear. But he also told us about his goal. He said, the record for most kills by a single person is 45. That's an impressive number, but I always knew I was destined to break it. And I did. Last night, I killed Gary Mosley to make it to 46. Did you know Gary? Any of you? Oh, well, that's a shame. I thought this was a friendly community, that's all. And none of you bothered to learn your local grocer's name? And they call me the criminal. Well, y'all gonna help me make it an even 50. But I won't stop there. The next killer to come along is gonna have to be real dedicated to top me when I'm done. He rambled on like that for hours, but as much as he ranted about us not knowing anything about each other, he had made a fatal flaw in picking me as his victim. I know I don't look like much, but that's my advantage. I'm one of those people who buy ninja swords and nunchucks and practice in my parents' backyard. Laugh it up. They all do. There's a reason why I practice in private, but I do practice. I train hard to be the best that I can be. The results of that training came in handy when I was finally unshackled. Smiling Jack only unchained his victims right before beheading them with his axe. Acted meek and harmless. It's a role I've played many times before. He bought it just like everyone else in my life. When he pushed me to the ground and lifted the axe, I finally showed my true power. Okay, reading that back, I guess I sound like a dork. That's fine, since I really am a dork. All that matters is that I took Smiling Jack by surprise when I lashed out. I kicked him hard while rolling to my back and kick-flipping to stand. He rushed me, but I was able to grab the handle of his axe and smash his nose in with my forehead. I headbutted him repeatedly until I could wrest the axe from his grip. I ended him in one swing. I was really dazed and exhausted, so I collapsed to the ground and had to take a moment to recover. The other victims understood and just cheered me on while they waited. When I recovered, I slew them all. I know that Smiling Jack would get the credit, but I didn't mind. It's the principle of the matter, and it's fine if only I know the truth, as long as it's true. I'm just happy to regain my record, and with a little help from Smiling Jack, I'm about to reach a score of 50 myself, and I know just the horror fan to help me get there.